of Illumin Magazine, and welcome back to the last 60 Best 60. I hope that it's been helpful for you, and I feel like we're really headed into the last 3 weeks of the year, so the last 23 days of the year, and this is a great time to get super focused in on your life. So today's Sunday when I'm posting this, and what I've been doing every Sunday through this series is to offer some ways, some questions, some tools to help review your week and your life, which I have been doing every Sunday for a long time. Maybe not always on Sunday, but I've been a planner user for a long time, and it's helped me to just plan the flow of my week and to ask myself important questions and to make sure that I'm going in the direction that I want to go. So I encourage us all to do some kind of review once a week, once a month, once a quarter. Make sure that you're headed in the right direction. I always use that example of if you're headed out from the East Coast in a sailboat, you can end up in England, France, or Africa, depending on where the winds blow you. And if you're really set on getting to France, like set your compass, make sure you're headed in the right direction, because southerly winds can get diverted somewhere else, and maybe it'll like take you back to the East Coast at a different place. I don't know, but and sometimes those are some of the best trips ever. But if you are set on and living a very purposeful life, or at least being in touch with what your mission is, it's a really great idea to do some kind of review. So today I just wanted to share some questions that actually come from this planner that I talk about. It's a great planner. I've been using it for a couple of weeks, and the good thing is it's not dated, so I can go through it, and I've gone through planners before that are dated, and I feel like I kind of waste pages if I miss a day or I miss a week. So what's nice about it is it's not dated, but it has the weekly reviews integrated into it. And so some of the questions that I wanted to share with you come from Brendon Burchard's High Performance Planner. And you can get it on Amazon, you can get it from his website. There's so many great tools in here. So the 4 questions that I want to have you review, and these are just great reflection questions. The first question is to spend some time considering what situation did I handle really well? And give yourself some time to think about it, because it may not be something that we planned and may not have happened in the way that we thought, but you in the end felt like you handled it really well. And then think about a situation or some situations that you didn't handle as well. So, and then think about some areas that you really struggled with. And no judgment, because that's where growth happens. And sometimes when we're going through the week, we tend to like block out those experiences, or they tend to fester. But just name those situations that we struggled with as something that was hard and difficult. And then ask yourself, if I was advising someone who is dealing with the same struggle, what would I say to them? So it really gives yourself the opportunity to think about it from an outside perspective, and to think about like, how would you advise someone else in the same situation? So it kind of removes you from the personal involvement and gives you a perspective to having gone through it. What would you advise someone who's now facing that same situation? And then a third question is, what are 2 things I learned about myself this week? And again, just give yourself some time to think about, like, what did you learn about yourself? And that could be that you have more resiliency than you thought, or that you have less patience than you thought. Think about, what did you learn about yourself? And no judgment, just this ongoing self-awareness. Kind of a great tool chest or set of instruments that you can use going forward, because you know what you're working with in terms of yourself and what you are good at, what are challenging things for you. It's all meant to help you live your best life. And then think about 2 things that you learned about other people. So that could be your partner, your husband, your wife, your siblings, your kids, your teammates at work, or your neighbor. All of that information is so important because, as I've said in the past, when you can communicate to someone that you understand them, that's really powerful, and they feel seen and they feel known, and it actually helps you to either communicate with them better in the future or to plan a situation and divert yourself away from landmines, because now you know something about someone that might help the relationship or that person do things that feel a little less strenuous. And by that, I just mean like I know that asking Jason in the moment of his very busy work life, hey, do you want to go to brunch on Saturday with my cousin? That's not a great time to ask him, because he's probably going to say no, or he's probably going to say yes. And then when you're like, okay, let's go to brunch, he's going to be like, I don't want to go. Like, I just know a better time to ask him is closer to the date when he's not stressed. So just know these things about people. It will give you some ninja tools, ninja skills in relationship. So take some time, Sunday review. I've given some ideas in the past on how to review Sundays. And this Sunday, really looking at what did you handle well? What did you struggle with? 2 things you learned about yourself and 2 things that you learned about others. It'll help you in so many ways to do this kind of review every week. So finish strong. It's going to be great to finish this year having really worked on our lives and feel very accomplished and connected to people in our lives.